Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy CartoonTaj, and man, I hope y'all having an amazing day, man. This amazing Friday, or whatever I drop this video. Hopefully, the day I drop this video. I hope you guys having, like I say, a lovely holiday season, man. Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a New Year resolution, man. You hit the gym this morning. I know I did, man. Continue to grind, continue to work hard, and stay healthy, man. Stay prosperous for this new year. Well, today, man, let's get right to it, man. And today we gonna do the reaction side of my channel, man. And we're gonna react to JxmyHighroller, man. One of the best Hooper YouTubers content that in my opinion, storytelling, man, how he's articulate everything, man. I rocks with him, man. Today, man, his video is about LeBron, bro. I always say LeBron my favorite player, man. And what he's doing at 40, man. Shout out to LeBron. Happy birthday, man. Just turned 40, bro. Yeah, man. This video really gonna talk about, rather about LeBron's longevity, which is incredible at his age and the way he's still playing, man. And, he's not explosive of an athlete like he was. Obviously, he's 40 years old. But shit, he's still bamming on niggas. But the title of this video is "The Only Man to Beat Father Time." Personally, Father Time's undefeated. You know what I mean? Eventually, Father Time's gonna catch up to LeBron. It happens to everybody. Without further ado, man, you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel. You guys want more of my content, man. And let's get right to it.
And long-standing member of the LeBron Stan Club, I saw.
Yeah, I gotta adjust some things right quick. Guys behind the scenes of the minor technical difficulties. Make sure everything fits on this frame. Something I usually set up before I really start recording, man. It's been a crazy morning for your boy, you know what I'm saying? Alright. Seems like we ready. Let's go.
Something the other day that completely broke my heart. And it came right from the king himself. A statement about the day that we all knew was coming, but desperately hoping that it never would.
How long do you think you could be playing at this level if you chose to?
Well, it's not me. Obviously, it's the mind. It's wherever my mind is how the rest of my body is gonna go. Whatever the case may be, I'm not gonna play that much longer. To be completely honest, I don't know how many years that it is. If it's 1 year or 2 years or whatever the case may be, but I'm not. I said the other night, I'm not playing till the wheels fall off. I'm not gonna be that guy.
We've got about 2 more seasons to watch LeBron James play basketball before he finally hangs it up, and the show that we have spent the last 2 decades enjoying comes to an end. But what if it didn't? Instead of retiring as a great, productive, impactful, coherent basketball player, what if LeBron just played until the wheels fell off? What if he played until he wasn't good enough to play anymore? The point where he serves no value to any team in the NBA and he's hypothetically forced to retire as an unsigned free agent. Well, if
it would be crazy if LeBron do play 20 years, man, and LeBron would be 60, still balling out, man. You already know the hair already gone, bro. Shit, now I'm up there too, man. I'm kind of close with the hair loss myself, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. That's why I got a hat on. I still get the ladies though. But but it'll be crazy though, man. If LeBron plays till he's 60, which obviously is not gonna happen. But shit, the way he run the NBA, man, he might. And you see Bronny and Bryce, and they still playing deep in their career. That'd be just an hilarious sight to see, man. I might draw that, man. I might do a little animation about that. You guys stay tuned.
If you ask me, that's an easy one. The answer is never. My king's presence alone is worth 10 men. But if we were to not look at this through the lens of a concerningly obsessive fan, how long could LeBron truly play before he simply wasn't good enough to be in the NBA? Today's video is sponsored by DraftKings. It's that time of year, my friends. Thanksgiving is around the corner. Good food, friends and family, and Black Friday sales on all those bad. Right now, new customers, you can react. DraftKings customers, it inevitably catches up to everyone. Except for LeBron James. In year 22, LeBron continues to completely piss on every expectation and timeline set out for him and his career. Now approaching 40 years old and still one of the best players on the planet. There are grown, adult fans of the NBA who have never known a day without LeBron in the league. Matter of fact, there are NBA players who have yet to witness a season without LeBron James, including the one he literally created. Now, LeBron's perpetual reign is no secret. It continues to baffle most fans on a daily basis. And this got me thinking, how long could LeBron actually play before he's no longer at least a serviceable NBA player? The point where he's no longer good enough to even have a spot in the league. 6, 7 more years? Maybe until he's 50. I'm sure that number sounds like a stretch. After all, the oldest player in modern NBA history just barely hobbled his way to being a 44-year-old active NBA player. And LeBron has already been the oldest player in the NBA for a couple seasons.
I remember Kevin Willis' old ass, man. Man, that was crazy, bro. Shit, Vince played till he 40, 41, I think. You know, Vince Carter, man, with the injuries Vince had in Toronto, we ain't thought Vince would play that long. I'm pretty sure Jimmy gonna touch on that too in his video about Vince Carter as well. But man, it is remarkable, man, just to be at that age and still compete somewhat at a high level. Shit, just to run up and down the court with the young dudes out here, man, that's flying now, man. These guys are way more athletic than they were back then. And just the evolution of, you know, the athletes, man, being so athletic now. And you're 40, 38, 39 years old when you got to compete against those guys. That's crazy work, man.
Now. But LeBron's refusal to play his age has gone on for so long now that at this point, it would be shocking if he did get worse. Here are 3 players and their numbers from this season. All really good, productive players. And I want you to guess who each of these players are. Now, statistically, they're all relatively close, but they shouldn't be. Because player A is early MVP candidate prime Jason Tatum. Player B is Luka Doncic, and player C is 40-year-old LeBron James. And this is why people believe LeBron could play for as long as he wants. Because when you're in year 22 playing like 2 young megastars, the bounds of your capabilities long-term appear to be virtually limitless. Although LeBron has now suggested on multiple occasions that his retirement is looming closer by the day, how long would it actually take until LeBron is no longer an NBA caliber player? Well, first we need to know what not good enough is. What does a replacement level player on the verge of a Turkish league contract look like? No, not like statistically, what does it look like? According to Basketball Reference, a player with a box plus minus of 10 or more is an all-time great season. A BPM of 8 or more is an MVP caliber season. 6 or more is about all NBA. Keep going down, and a BPM of -2 is where we'll find the end of the bench players. But even this number is still far too high. This season, players like Jaylen Brown, Jamal Murray, and Jaime Jaquez have a BPM of less than -2. We want to see this man play until he's no longer invited back. If we keep going down the leaderboard, it's not until about -4 where we reach the bottom 15% of the NBA. Now, these spots essentially make up the last couple of players at the end of the bench. I want LeBron to play until he's down here, in the trenches. So how long would it take until he's at this point? It really is wishful thinking to assume LeBron could just keep going indefinitely. But history has shown even the greats are usually closer to the end of the road than we may think. In 2013, in his 17th season in the NBA, Kobe Bryant averaged 27, 6, and 6 a game, made first-team All-NBA, a top 5 player in the entire league, and was on track to playing the highest caliber of basketball we had ever seen from a player approaching 2 decades in the league. A couple injuries, and just 107 games later, he was retired and done playing basketball. In Tim Duncan's 18th season in the NBA, he finished the year 10th in MVP voting, 3rd team All-NBA, and a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. The very next season, he was putting up 8 points a game in 25 minutes, and within a season, he was out of the league. Shaquille O'Neal, in his 17th season, led the league in shooting efficiency and made an All-NBA team. Just 90 games later, he was no longer an NBA player. When things start to go downhill, they go quick. But that's just it. Even after 22 years, things have yet to go downhill for LeBron. Here is a graph of the career progression of many all-time greats in terms of box plus minus, from their first season to their last. And right away, you'll notice a trend going on here. Here's Bird, Magic, Jordan, and Hakeem. Here's Kobe, Shaq, Duncan, Garnett, and Wade, extending their careers into or near the 2-decade mark, but still succumbing to the sharp decline that all players eventually face. And here are some current legends: Durant, Steph, Kawhi, Harden, CP3, and across the board, the general shape of most of their careers look very similar. A rise to superstar for their first 5 seasons, a prime that lasts from about season 6 to season 10 or 11. And then around season 12 or 13, the decline begins. Sometimes this decline is gradual and steady, like in the case of Durant and Duncan. Sometimes a player can find a second prime later in their career, like Stephen Curry has. But the best players of all time usually play the longest. And even for them, around season 17 or 18, the wheels completely fall off and retirement awaits. Except for LeBron. It shouldn't even be possible to be this good for this long. LeBron in year 22 is about as valuable and impactful on the court as most all-time great players are in about their 12th or 13th season. But we are here today for this number way down here, the dreaded threshold of retirement. And right now, LeBron is far from it. If he wanted to, could he play until he was 45, 50? Well, first and foremost, contrary to popular belief, LeBron is declining, and he has been for a while now. Some fans are saying LeBron is in his 4th prime and that he hasn't slowed down. And as much as I wish this were the case, it's just not. LeBron's true prime was between 2008 and 2013, a 6-year stretch where he led the league in win shares, PER, VORP, box plus minus, and just about.
Hey, that Bron right there. You see the statistics, man? Miami Heat LeBron was another. That's when he kind of found himself as a winner, playing with Wade, man. D Wade won the championship back in 06 with Shaq. So just learning the championship, it's the championship pedigree, man, and just learning how to win. I really the main thing. So LeBron had a analogy some years ago when he was in Miami. The Heat was like college. You know what I mean? It was like him going to college, and how he kind of went down there. He left his hometown literally, and it's been this kind of study, man, and work on everything and translate the work, to work on his game and become a better ball player, not just physically but mentally. And that really was the thing, really, man. I think the best Bron was when he came back to Cleveland. I think that was the best Bron. Because now he knew everything. But D Wade taught him, winning back-to-back championships. I'm going to talk my game athletically. Yeah.
Everything else. Compare that to his last 6 seasons, and although he is still an all-NBA caliber player, it's really not even close.
What's crazy is the first one, man. That's all world. The second half graphic, you still look good at. You're an all-star type NBA player with that graphic. It's crazy still.
And this idea that he is still at or near his prime tells me people have forgotten just how incredible LeBron was at his peak. LeBron was so dominant in his prime that despite being 40 years old and about 70% of the player he once was, he is still one of the best players in the world. Now, like most other players, his game may just fall off a cliff at any moment. or he could sustain a bad injury that derails his last couple of seasons. But if either of these things were to happen, they probably already would have. So let's irrationally assume he continues to regress at the rate he currently is. If we take a look at what is considered to be the best all-in-one metric, estimated plus-minus, then 2020 was LeBron's last true MVP caliber season. That year, he finished the season with the 4th highest EPM, behind only Harden, Giannis, and Steph. But since then, he's been slowly slowing down. From being ranked 4th amongst all players to 7th in 2021 to 12th, 16th, a diabolical jump back up to 10th, and this season where so far he ranks 20th in the league, which still puts him firmly in the 96th percentile league-wide. Over the last 6 seasons, on average, LeBron's EPM has decreased by 0.5 per season, and this decrease isn't speeding up. If anything, it has leveled out and stayed about the same since 2022. But overall, LeBron's career trajectory has looked and could continue to look like this, where he will eventually succumb to father time like everyone else, just a whole lot later than everyone else. At this rate, by next season, LeBron will have an EPM of 3, a mark that puts him all the way down in the 95th percentile. We gotta keep going. By year 24, he'll have an EPM of 2.14, still in the 92nd percentile. By year 25, he will be in the 86th percentile. Year 26 in the 76th percentile. Year 27, the 61st percentile, which at the age of 45 would still have him as a starting caliber player. But by year 28, at the age of 46, LeBron would finally play his last year as a contributing player in the NBA with an EPM of negative 2.16. For perspective, some players that currently have an EPM within this range are Kyle Kuzma, Jackson Hayes, and Keldon Johnson. By year 29, just 1 year shy of 3 decades in the league, LeBron would, at last, fall within the range of a replacement-level player, with an EPM of negative 3.8 within the bottom 8% of the league. At the current rate LeBron is declining,
You mean you mean to tell me, man, LeBron 50 years old? 50? You know, if he's still in the league at 50, man. Didn't he retire? Man, that's crazy, man. But the way he playing, man, he's declining, we all know, but he's still an all-star level player, man. And what Jimmy just showed on a graphic just now, how on this graphic right here, how just every season, man, he's still a productive player. Obviously, he declining, man. Even down, all the way down to that percentile, man. I mean, he kind of matched up with his former teammate Kyle Kuzma, you know, who's a really good scorer in the NBA. So that's funny, man.
he could, theoretically, play until 2031 at the ripe age of 46 before he would have to throw in the towel and retire. And as crazy as this timeline looks, LeBron playing until the year 2031, I think he could play even longer. To even make any sort of impact in the NBA, you need to get minutes. And to get minutes, you need to earn the trust of your team and coaching staff. LeBron has played so much basketball, and he understands the game so well that I think as long as he wanted to play, and as long as he's able to get up and down the court without his body falling apart, he would get minutes and he would be capable of contributing in the NBA. Earlier I mentioned Tim Duncan and how quickly his production fell off at the very end of his career. But even without game-breaking numbers, he was still a quality player, with advanced metrics and contributions that made him worthy of a spot in the league clear up until the moment he retired. Almost as if he was so seasoned and so skilled that even at his worst, he was still better than many other players in the league, even if he was a shell of his former self. And I think this would be the case for LeBron. Maybe instead of an exponentially rapid decline in the coming years, his game would hit its theoretical basement. And once it gets to that point, he just stays there. Nowhere near his best days, but still good enough to be a contributing player for the foreseeable future. The main culprit behind the retirement of every single great player was physical limitations and injuries. There has never been an all-time great player who retired because they lost their touch or the skill they once had. players lose a step. They aren't as quick as they used to be, can't jump as high or react as fast, and they begin to ask too much of their body as it slowly shuts down as the mileage piles up. Late into their careers, they are only as capable as their body allows them to be. And no one in the history of the league has been more physically capable than LeBron. Throughout his entire career, he's been able to mitigate injuries, and even when he does get injured, he's always bounced back relatively quickly with virtually no lingering symptoms. And skill-wise, he's only gotten better as the years have gone along. I know, it sounds absurd, but I think LeBron could play for literally as long as he wanted to. I get it, it's crazy. We've never seen an athlete do that before. But LeBron is an absurd athlete unlike any other that we've seen before. So, to answer the question of how long LeBron could continue to play in the NBA as a quality, contributing player, well, based on his current pace and some statistical analysis, if what we've seen is any indication of what's to come, then he could play for about 29 seasons. But based on my completely unbiased and always correct feelings and my admiration for the greatest athlete of my lifetime, I would say, somewhere between however long he wants to and hopefully forever.
Oh man. Hey, let me go ahead and admit, it's an amazing video, man, by JxmyHighroller, bro. I mean, it's amazing, man. Like, people hate on LeBron, bro. Skeptics, man. Whether he don't perform as enhancers, that's been the rumor as well. Shit, even if he was, man, just to still play at that higher level at 40, man, and continue to play. If you continue to be in the league later in your career, later in your career, that's unheard of, man. That's kind of absurd, man. I just think you know when, like how he said in the video, most guys in the league are LeBron. LeBron been in the league like 22 years. Most guys, most players, man, already. He been in the league longer than most players been alive. Think about that. His son is in the league at 20 years old, Bronny. I mean that just incredible, man. And still playing at a high level. Okay, of course we know he declining, man, but still having him on dunks. He can't put his head chin over the rim like he used to, but just to have them dunks, man, still with force and ferocity. I mean, what more can you say about him, bro? It's one of the greatest. Him and Tom Brady, man, with his longevity, man. You can see one of the greatest sports runs we ever seen, bro. When it comes to like the Tom Brady won Super Bowl past 40. When he went to Tampa, and he still was playing at a high level before he retired. And what LeBron's doing, man, actually doing more athletically gifted things because he a hooper, man. He run up and down the court, on a fast break, passing, still getting doubled, flying on the break on dunks. But it just two or three remarkable athletes you'll ever see, man. And me being an old head, man, I shout out to Brian, bro. Just continue to hold it down for all the old heads out there. But man, I just gotta say, bro, it's really fun to watch him, man. And wherever he retires, if it's next year, the end of this season, 5 years from now, I have him number 2 all time, and I still have Michael Jordan number 1 as the greatest of all time. LeBron's my favorite player throughout his playing days. But I still give it to Mike because the championships, man. And it was some moments Bron wasn't Bronning, man. He ain't showed up, But Mike gonna show. You know what I'm saying? So, man. But yeah, this is a great video, man. I have the links to this video below. You guys make sure to check it out on your own. Glad you guys watch it with me, kick it with your boy. If you want to watch JxmyHighroller on your own, I got a link to this video below. Subscribe to the channel, man. I watch his videos, and the way he edit and produce these videos is flawless, man. And me being, new new to the YouTube thing, man. I'm trying to really edit and just be a student of the game. Try to be great at editing my video just close to this level, like even one day better. You know, I'm an artist, man, and if you guys want any artwork, you gotta check out my Instagram, CartoonTaj. If you want your drawing with your favorite hooper, your favorite, you know, football player, your favorite baseball player, anime character, reality TV star, I don't know, your spouse, just hit me up, CartoonTaj. You guys want to follow Twitch, and you guys want to see my animations, dance, or whatever, you hit me up on there. I say Twitch. I mean Twitch if you gotta want to get dropped off in 2K or Mac. That's what I mean to say. TikTok if you want to follow my animation, dance, or what have you. If you guys want to hit me up on there and do a collaboration, me draw you with dancing, whatever. I don't know. But you guys have a great day, man. I appreciate y'all rocking me. Peace.